Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. Go down the stair, that way you can see this. This is our, one, two, three, four, sixth film in the series of the top 100 movies of all time. We bought the poster off of Amazon. We're going to go through all the 100 movies and give our opinion on them after watching them. Maybe we'll have a better education on film. So we've done 5 so far, and the next one up is Amadeus, which is a 1984 film. I don't know if you call it comedy, maybe a biography comedy. Basically, it's about the life of Mozart. Basically, it's called Amadeus, which is Mozart's middle name. And it stars, I don't know who it stars. There's no big names in it. Tom, what was his name? Murray? What was his name? Let's get your phone. That way everybody knows. It's directed by Milos Forman, who directed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I find much better than this film, but both of those films won him an Oscar, so I guess the Academy liked Amadeus more than we did, or I can't really speak to her about it. And it stars F. Murray Abraham, who plays who?
Amadeus or Mozart?
No, he plays the other guy.
Oh, Salieri?
Salieri, yeah. And then Tom Hulce plays Mozart. So basically this is a biography of kind of both of them because they were rivals, right? And, you know, the opening of the film shows Salieri as an old man. He's talking to a priest because he's kind of gone crazy. He's in a mental institution, and the priest is absolving him of his sins, and he's saying that he's the one that killed Mozart, right? But Mozart died because he was poor, basically, and he, from stress and everything, right? So he got sick, and then he couldn't fight off the whatever. People actually don't know what he died of, but he died like early when he was like 35 or whatever. But basically, the whole film is him acting crazy, and Salieri being kind of like the conniving guy in the background that is, is always, he was like the head musician dude for the king, right? But Mozart seemed to outshine him at every turn, right? So it was always like a jealousy thing with him. But anyways, the film was all right. If you like classical music, you're going to hear a lot of opera in it. And you're gonna find some parts of it funny and other parts of it kind of tragic. So it's a bit of an emotional roller coaster with it. But most of the time, for me, anyways, it was interesting enough to keep me watching, but not interesting enough to keep me like really engaged with it. The beginning was kind of funny because you heard what's his name, Mozart, with his laugh. He's got this crazy laugh that is really funny. But after you've heard it a few times, it's like, okay, well, I've heard that, and then it becomes, I don't know, it doesn't become grating, but it gets pretty close. So I don't know. Overall, I don't think there's a lot better other films that are better, but I guess these guys liked it, and the Academy liked it, but I thought it was over. Even back in '84, when I had the opportunity to go see it in the theater, and I didn't. Back then there was a lot of Blockbusters and Rogers Videos or whatever around. You could pick it up in the theater, pick it up in the movie places where you rent videos. Never did pick it up to rent it, so there's always some other movie that I prefer to watch. So even back then I never thought it was great. But the Academy likes certain types of films, and if they're not that kind of film, and the studios put out those films just for the Academy to give them Oscars, right? So there's always like come around Oscar time, there's always a few films that each studio puts out that they know they're the type of film that the Academy likes. So, and then one of them wins an Oscar, right? So every once in a while you'll get a surprise or whatever. But anyways, what did you think of the film?
Honestly, Mozart is a really famous name, but I did not expect him to be like a jerk. But I guess that's what you kind of expect if you were praised like a god ever since you were a kid because of your talent. And I was really sad about Salieri because all he really wanted was to play music really, like to be really good at music, but he didn't get the talent for it, and he was basically blaspheming God. Is that a word? Like he was like taking it against God for not giving him the talent to express
When all he wanted to do was play
music.
beautifully,
Exact.
praise the praise of God, and then
Because he's really religious.
This jerk funny guy comes along who has, no education or anything or whatever, and just kind of is like an idiot savant or whatever, and
Yeah.
he gets the talent instead of him. So it's like Mozart is like the physical representation of God's mockery towards him. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, but I feel like him being placed in Mozart's, well, like surroundings, I feel like he took it in a wrong way. Like instead of being jealous, he could have taken that as an inspiration, as like becoming his apprentice, maybe to like really like hone his talents. But no, he was just too jealous and wanted his spot. So I feel like that was his downfall.
you think that's what happened at the end when he was writing down Mozart's music at the end? He just kind of gave up and then said, okay,
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna help Mozart or whatever, and started writing, and then Mozart died then.
Yeah.
But like classical music or opera is not one of my fortes, and never has been. Um, opera is mostly sung in Italian or other languages other than English, so it's hard to follow for the layman, right? You really need to like study it and then get the translations and then go into an actual opera and watch it when they're so expensive. You know what I mean? It's like it's not cheap to go to an opera, right? Um, so it's kind of like it's the music for the upper classes, really. And obviously, I'm not upper class, right? So, but yeah, it takes a bit more study to really enjoy it because I bet you a lot of the opera's been around for such a long time that there's got to be something to it. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it isn't great in some way. You just haven't clued in on why, right? So, and I'm like almost 60 now, and I still haven't clued in. So,
I honestly did not think they were actually saying words in opera. I thought they were just singing random sounds.
yeah, but no, it's usually Italian they're singing, right? So, but overall, the movie was okay. I don't know if I'd put it in the top
It's kind of long.
100, and it is kind of long as well, and I'm not sure. It's an okay film. I don't know what other films came out in '84. Maybe Ghostbusters should have won the won the Oscar. But anyways, I enjoy Ghostbusters a lot more than Amadeus. I think Ghostbusters came out in '84. That's why I'm saying. All right, so so we have the Looney. Okay, hold on. I'm going to grab the camera so we can get a close up. All right, so that's Amadeus. Let's see what's underneath.
Huh? There's nothing.
Nothing. Oh, something's appearing. Oh, it's the same thing you see on the posters in the. I'm not sure what that is. Is that him?
Yeah.
Is that him conducting?
Yeah, I think so. But it looks weird.
Yeah, it does. But okay, so that's Amadeus, 1984. That's we go 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. That's number 95. Number 94 is Mad Max. How the heck did Mad Max get on a top 100 list? It's a fun cult film, but I don't know if it's one of the greatest films of all time. Anyways, we'll watch it and we'll review it. All right, and thank you for watching. If you wish to, leave a thumbs up if you like the film, like the video, and think about subscribing. And we will talk to you in the next video. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.